Hello and welcome back. Hello Elfin Fable, hello Spooky Nebby. Yay, congrats on the challenge. Hey, thank you so much. Welcome back everyone. Um, we just finished our streaming every day New Year's resolution challenge from 2025, and I'm proud to say that we did it. We streamed every single day for over 365 days. Some days with more streams than others, but I at least did one every day. For the opening stream of this year, I wanted to first take a moment to celebrate our accomplishment and just reminisce kind of on the streams we did the past year. New background, yeah. First of all, I'm sure that you guys noticed that this is our first just chatting stream. So I actually did a background for today specifically. Um, so it's gonna be a different one, but I had a hard time coming up with something, so this is what I ended up just doing for today. But not last but certainly not least, I wanted to talk about the future of the channel as well. Well, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Spooky Nebby, Elfin Fable. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the sub, Spooky Nebby. Thank you, Elfin Fable. Oh yeah, and second, I'd just like to thank you all so much for attending this journey with me. I really appreciate all the love and support, and I really wouldn't have made it this far without you guys. W Elfin, aw. I'd say, looking back on the journey, let's see, if you guys haven't noticed, I did, my first stream of this challenge was a Fields of Mystria stream. And before that, a few days before my resolution, I remember in December of 2023 it would have been, right? No, 2024. I was like, I've already been playing Fields of Mystery a little bit here and there. I was like, why? Since I know I'm gonna get into it a lot more, I'm like, why don't I just do a streaming every day challenge? So I was like, I haven't really done like a New Year's resolution before, so I was like, I might as well, right? Might as well. Um, so that's kind of how it started. Um, that's the reason why I wanted to stream every day. I would say I did notice something funny actually. So my first stream of the challenge was Fields of Mystria, and my last stream was Fields of Mystria, but that was intentional. For the last one. For Thanksgiving we did a Go stream. For Halloween we did Repo. And for Christmas we did an art stream. So I realized like, oh my gosh, actually, so this reminds me. I remember when it was Thanksgiving, and I had only prepared like a few days prior for this. I was like, okay, so I'm just now realizing that I'm gonna have to stream on holidays that usually I'd be spending time with my family. So I'm like, so I had to figure this out, cause like usually we just spend the whole day like hanging out, right? Whether it's on games or in person or whatever we're doing that day, right? Um, so I planned a few days in advance, like, okay, so we're gonna do Go. Um, and that was a lot of fun actually. They would think it was my first time playing Go, so I really wanted to play it again after when I was making food with my dad that day. And then that day made me realize, like, oh, I'm gonna have to stream on Christmas too. This is gonna be interesting. Because Halloween doesn't really affect me too much. I don't really, like, celebrate it really, or anything like that. So that one didn't affect me. But it was fun to do, like, a repo special that day. And yeah, it was kind of like a, oh my gosh, like, wait, I'm gonna have to be streaming on Christmas. Like, I didn't think this through. I didn't think I'd get this far. So, I was just really glad that, we were able to make it, because I'd say, well, this is still the memory section, but, that was a fun day, that for Halloween. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that was a lot of fun. The reason, though, I think I did mention a little bit of this, but you did. Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks so much. So the reason was due to wanting to kind of have like teach myself more of like some resolve and discipline, like time-wise, because I struggled with schedules and stuff. But I think I'm better at this now, so I should be able to schedule things and figure everything out. I will figure out a way, because I have an idea right now in the works of making it work even if there's like random schedule changes. I think rather than a schedule change, it'd most likely be something like something more like planned days. And if anything, the thing that's going to change is what I'm streaming those days, possibly. But we will figure it out. It might be different weeks. Um, but the reason, yeah, that was because I wanted to teach myself some discipline for time stuff, and I know beforehand I had actually only streamed in 2024, like, I don't know, was it 5 times? And just to give you guys a perspective, I only had, I think it was 4 or 9 followers in 2024. When I started the challenge on January 1st of 2025, I also had the same amount of followers. So we have grown a lot since then. Again, thanks all to you guys. Hello, Rio. Hope you're well today. And then we move on to enjoyment, because I enjoyed like almost every bit of this journey. I would say like I met a lot of nice people through this. Um, I got to learn a lot of new things. Like I can remember like all the times I got to raid other people, and like for the first time raiding someone with art stuff, I didn't know how that worked. So I thought it was really cool. Like that I don't know if it's a joke, but the art tax thing was kind of funny. But also kind of fun. I kind of like that. I do want to do more art streams where I get to raid people too. Hello, Uzi. I hope you're well today. So I'd just say like overall this journey was a lot of fun. It was kind of it was kind of sad departing from it. Just the last 2 days, I was like, oh man, I'm like, this is gonna be cursed. I can't open up with, hey, this is this amount of days of streaming every day anymore. Of course, technically, we could still say that this was day 366 of streaming every single day. Considering I just ended the stream yesterday, and this is New Year's. Oh yeah, Happy New Year's, everyone. Do it again this year, just kidding. Yeah, no, as much as I wish I could continue on, I just know, like, this is actually kind of part of the next point, so I guess we'll talk about that in a moment. But as far as enjoyment goes, I feel like I met a lot of wonderful people through this journey, so I thank you all as well, if you guys ever see this. Resolve, this refers to how difficult it was and why I won't be doing it again. Um, so it's kind of like there was a lot of different challenges for me. Like sometimes it was more like not really wanting to go live that day. So this happened a few days. But most of the time it was like a little bit of like there's like this little bit of stress you're like you have to put on yourself. You're like, okay, well I have to be live by this amount of time. But it wasn't really too strict some days. It just depended on my schedule. I just had to start streaming anytime pretty much before 12 a.m. And I didn't like cutting it close in 11. So I tried to stop that pretty quickly because sometimes it happened with my schedule being so messed up. And actually my schedule is probably the hardest thing about this challenge. That is definitely has to be. Because like it affected like even today, like I woke up so late. But that's also due to in part that I was working on this art piece and messing with a lot of different art stuff this morning. And the day before that, I did my first kind of like edited video on YouTube. Like I put like a lot of time editing. It took me quite a few hours, like the whole early morning. Let me link that actually, so you guys can see it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I had a lot of fun with it though. Let's see if we can open it up. Holy moly. How do we do this? Holy moly, what? What? Wait, what? 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 Uh, 280 views? Yeah, I saw not a lot of people would do that. So good on you. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, no, so the challenge was a lot of fun. It took a lot of resolve. It took a lot of resolve because there were some days that like there was a day that I was actually like I was called to jury duty here. So I was like really nervous. I was like, okay, wait, so I was like, how am I gonna do this if I get picked, right? Because you have to come in like every day, depending on what it is, and if you get picked, rather. So that was probably one of the biggest hurdles, but luckily, and praise God, I did not get picked. So I got to continue streaming without the stress any further than just one day. So that all worked out. Again, praise God. Oh my goodness. It was that was a crazy time. I'm just reliving that moment real quick. Holy moly. Yeah, I saw that when I was at 40 viewers. Aw, that's awesome. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I had a lot of fun editing that video, especially the end part. The end part, I was like, okay, wait, I have to do this. Hang on. So, I actually like found the sound effects from the in-game, from the same clip, for that one, and it wasn't actually the noise of like when you get disconnected, but I think it's the same noise they use, so I had to edit it over there. Um, so I had a lot of fun with that one, especially the joke at the end. But yeah, I probably won't do a streaming every day challenge again, and that is why we have the what's next part here, because we have quite a few things that we'd like to get done, and having to stream every day kind of hampers us down a little bit. So I figured that I would continue on. I didn't want to like accidentally end the challenge. Like I didn't want to miss a day, meaning I wanted to be able to end it myself. So I made sure I made it to a year, no matter what it took. Even if it meant getting up when I was still tired and went to bed really late. Or even if I had a lot of schedule stuff going on, I still would try to make it work. And some of those days, it is thanks to the FC events we held, like Unreal, or the mount farming stuff that we used to do on Saturdays, and even more recently with the Doom Train prog. So thank you guys for that. That was a lot of fun. Well, I think it's great. I didn't think to see if there was extra stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, that's what's funny is, I was on Aaronville, and though you guys couldn't hear me when I was doing the Aaronville's Journey stream, which actually that was a big one as well. I have a lot of Aaronville's Journey streams I did this year, which really helped me out. Mainly because some of those days I was, like, really tired, and I didn't want you guys to have to hear me, like, low energy. So, I still was talking to you guys, like, in chat and stuff, but, like, not, vocally. But when I was on the last time, doing the Starlight Celebration event on him, I was, like, talking, and I knew you guys couldn't hear me, but I was talking to myself, I was like, wait, what? I was like, wait, did it just say, like, there's extra stuff at the end? But then I almost forgot until the night that it was going away. So when I was on, I decided to record it all just for myself, to show my mom. But then I was like, you know what? Why don't we just make this a video? I'm like, I don't know if anyone even did this, actually. Or if anyone even caught that there was more to it. And I cannot tell you how happy I was to see Aaronville in that. Oh my gosh, I about lost it. I was like, oh my gosh, it's too bad I couldn't have done this on Aaronville because Aaronville's still an ARR, so the other options were based off of your MSQ. Um, and Varshan was for Endwalker, Aaronville was for Dawn Trail, and the other ones you guys can count back. But I think ARR you only get 3 people you can talk to, or something like that, or possibly 4. No, 3, and then Heaven's Word. Okay, yeah, Stormblood. You guys get the point though. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the fights. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We're gonna pull up the next panel, and I'm a little bit nervous about. Okay, so this is the interesting part. So, this is one of the main things we're gonna be doing now, is we're gonna be doing a weekly stream schedule. And I know, like, a lot of streamers kind of do, like, they sometimes have, like, these, like, infographics or info panels, like, their stream schedules every week. And while I technically could get a new piece of artwork out every week for that, maybe I'll just do, like, whatever art project I'm doing that week, if I get one done. But if not, I'll just default to a basic one that I'm gonna do. And unfortunately, I don't have one for today, but, I will get one set up probably next week. I'm not sure how much I'm going to stream this week, but I know at least on Sunday we have Unreal. Because Tuesday we had to push it off. So now we're going to do it this Sunday. And I'm still going to keep streaming Unreal. So you guys should still be able to expect me to be on by 7 p.m. on Tuesdays still. Depending on if we have to push Unreal off or whatnot, or what day it would be. But I'll always be doing that every week still. Depending on the fight, actually, because I might stop that in Ruby Weapon, but we'll see. We'll see. It might not be as bad as I think it is, just like Tsukiyomi. I almost said Suzaku. So yeah, weekly stream schedule. That's one of them. We're just gonna move this down. I don't know what it's gonna look like for you guys. So we're gonna keep streaming on Twitch. I wanted to talk about this a lot. But we also would like to branch out a little bit to streaming on YouTube. So I really hope we can get to do that. I don't know anything about how streaming is like on YouTube, but I've heard that it's kind of hard. With, like, at least how to set it up and whatnot. But I don't think I'm gonna do dual streams yet, but I'm gonna do, like, maybe, like, okay, one day I'll do it on Twitch, one day I'll do it on, like, YouTube. But I have to see how it works and stuff first. But I do plan on doing it regardless of how it is. And next we have writing my novel. This was by far one of the biggest reasons why I decided I should end the challenge after a year. Because writing takes a lot out of me, actually. So, like, having to come up with all the words and the imagery, all the scenes, it just takes a lot of descriptors, whatnot. Describing is what I meant. And that really takes a lot. So I wanted to be able to, like, dump a good amount of time into my writing so that I can actually get the book out. Because it'll actually help you guys too with the channel lore. Because it has to do a lot with that. Both of them are kind of interlinked. So you guys are going to see a lot of the Sea King, the Axolotl twins, Snow Fox, our traveling trader, the cousin and the 2 cousins, all those characters and more characters. I'd like to do, like, actual art this year too, which is actually towards the bottom of this, but we'll just say it now. We have we want to do more art stuff, like actual projects. And actually, it's perfect that I'm saying this now because I almost forgot to add it at the bottom, but I did add it regardless. But I was gonna go back and add it, like, up here, so that's perfect. But I'd like to do actual, like, illustrations, and I don't know where I'm gonna post them yet, but I was considering maybe making a website or something, or because I heard that Twitter is kind of not the best place to post right now, especially with art or images. of any sort because of a weird new update. But moving on. Videos. This is a really big one as well. I'd like to make like actual videos. I have a lot of like footage on my computer that I'd like to finally edit. And this is something I haven't really gotten to do because of streaming every day as well. So now, this is essentially just like a stream talking about kind of like how we're going to be going into, how we're going to be dividing our time now to things that like are going to be actually like beneficial to the channel, besides just streaming every day. So videos is a huge one. I have like repo clips. I'm gonna do like a bunch of funny compilations of that, because I think I mentioned this before, but I have like 4 hours of just funny moments in repo, and I'm gonna cut that all up to make separate videos. Because I don't know if someone's gonna want to be like, oh yeah, I saw this one funny clip, but hang on, I have to search through it in this 4 hour long video. Because it it would be even longer if I added the rest of the footage I have. So, and that's just funny clips. It's not even the whole uncut stuff. So that's a big one. We're gonna work on that. Final Fantasy stuff too. I'd like to do more Final Fantasy videos. Maybe skits or something. More like event stuff, kind of like what we just did recently. Further VTube model progress. This is something I'm not sure how much time I'm going to put towards it, because I feel like the novel is kind of more important right now. Especially like for the channel too. And a lot of people, I have a lot of friends that want to read it too. And I feel like I'm missing out on, like, it feels like a whole other world, and it feels like I'm missing out on the journey that my characters are going on right now. So it kind of feels like, oh, I can't wait to go write more about them. So that's something I'm gonna enjoy a lot, is getting to just put more time towards my novel. And of course, yeah, the VTube model is something I'm gonna work on the side if I can, but I'm not gonna stress out too much about it. I want it to look as good as possible, and I've been devoting my entire digital art journey towards this since I started back in 2021. Holy moly. It's already been 5 years? 4.5 maybe? Because it was in around July. Yeah, that's crazy. So, yeah, my whole art journey was kind of, my whole digital art journey, when my dad finally got me into, like, digital art. It was due to seeing, like, the VTuber scene for the first time in 2021. And I really looked up to, these other content creators I saw. There's one in particular, which I have mentioned in another stream. And it made me want to make VTube models. But of course my goals have changed once again. I'm sorry. But that goal now is more so focused on something else we're going to talk about in a little bit. But of course streaming is going to be one of my main things. So if I could get myself my model done, that would be amazing. But I'm not going to stress it too much, because I just really want to make sure it's just right. I also want it to like kind of shock the audience a little bit and my friends, because I feel like I haven't really shown any fully finished works lately, or like at all. Because usually the ones that I consider like fully finished, I kind of just like, yeah, I'm done with that one. I don't need to look at it anymore. So I'd like to change that as well, along with doing more art projects. Stream assets, as you guys can see, this stuff that I'm using right now also counts as stream assets, and one of those will be our just chatting background, because I do plan on doing more later on. And yes, I did the art for this one, as you guys can see at the top right. It might be a little bit faded, but that was kind of intentional. I signed in the top. And then of course, just this panel here, the bulletin points that we can turn on, and then the sticky note, which actually, funnily enough, it was really simple to do the sticky note, but it's probably my favorite part. unfortunately. Looks very good. Oh, thank you so much, Pookie Nebby. So yeah, stream assets, that's a big one. So think about channel points being finally customized and named, more emojis, let's see, sound effects possibly, new banner, new PFP, stuff like that, yeah. I'd like to get a, you guys know like the trailer video thing on Twitch? I'd like to do something there too. But I might like edit something specifically for that, rather than doing like a bunch of different clips or something. I'm thinking like doing like an introduction video there. Depending on how that goes, of course. But I think it should be easy enough. Yep, moving on. We will be working on the Discord as well. Now, I noticed you guys are probably wondering like, wait, this is a lot to do in this year. Is she actually going to do all this? And the answer to that is we'll see how far we get. Because I'd like to work on everything, but I think there are some of these things I won't be able to finish this year. Depending on what it is. But working on the Discord should be one of my top priorities, I feel like. Especially because I can add all like the little roles, the emojis, updates for you guys. I think it'd be one of the biggest helps for you guys, actually. So I feel like it doesn't just benefit me. It mostly benefits you guys to like be able to show up if you guys want to. Because I know some people that might be wondering like, oh my gosh, like what? I don't even know when you're gonna stream. I'm like, about that, I'm sorry, I don't have a Discord yet. So I feel bad about that. I do want to get that done. So we will be working on that. Learning Japanese. This is one of those things that I'm trying to say. I might not be able to learn fully like this year, but I'm going to be continuing my pursuits in the Japanese language, which will aid the channel in other ways. You guys will see what I mean. This is one of the things I'm most excited about, actually. Besides my novel. I feel like learning another language is it's a whole other endeavor, right? But it also opens up your world to a whole bunch more people, right? And it's kind of like more of the field I kind of want to get into. So I will be continuing my learning of Japanese. I'm really excited for it. Oh, and that also might bring some Japanese learning videos to the channel. So keep an eye out. I might do that once I'm confident enough to teach. There are some things that I do know already, which it's been really cool because I actually have been picking up on some kanji. And I told myself, I was like, I'm not learning kanji. I'm not learning kanji. I'm not learning kanji yet. I was supposed to only learn hiragana. And then here I go accidentally picking up kanji. I'm like, okay, well that works anyways, but I'm not going to intentionally try to just learn kanji yet. I think sometimes every once in a while it might be a little bit okay, but since I'm still at such a basic level, I don't want to overwhelm myself with such a complicated kind of system yet, if that makes sense. But I will be getting into those later. I do plan on learning them later. For our last point, music. Okay. I'll just give you guys a minute here. Music is something I've been wanting to get into since I was a kid. I don't know what happened, but somewhere down the line, I got too nervous to sing even in front of my own family. And it wasn't until 2025, with my friend group, with one of my friends who I was closer with at the time, helped me get out of my shell with like a karaoke Discord thing. Thank you if you're watching this right now. And it kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it like re-revived my desire to sing again, and just make music, like I had always dreamed of as a kid. And when I picked up the VTube stuff in 2021, it kind of felt like I was... You guys ever get the feeling like you're like straying from a purpose? Because that's kind of what it felt like when I was saying, oh, I'm gonna make VTube models. Like, that was gonna be like my career. Like, that's what I wanted to do. Not just like art stuff selling, but I was gonna like sell VTube models. Which, by the way, I still don't know how to rig yet. So, yeah, let's just say that goal was not exactly a realistic one. At least not for me. But so music is something that I've always been really fond of and really attached to. I feel like it really kind of encapsulates like different moments of your life too. It's almost magical, if you will. So, I feel like there's a lot I have like on my heart and a lot of different messages that I have. I feel like I might be able to put into my music. And I know I don't really know much about it right now, but I plan on studying and learning how it all works. Also, I think I should probably learn sheet music because it would probably expand my borders pretty far if I want to continue into this journey. Um, as far as music goes as well, I'm thinking of trying to learn guitar this year if I can. But we'll see how that goes. I'm just planning mostly on just being able to make music, and I may or may not do a sub channel for that. Because I feel like if someone's looking for music, like, are they gonna want to come into the channel and see 450 different videos and have to go through all my playlists? Because I have a lot of different playlists for all my different series that I stream. And I would just kind of feel like I might want like a different channel for like promotional stuff and music stuff. So I think that will work. I mean, like by promotional, I mean like music stuff again. So we'll see how this goes. I have a lot of plans, obviously. And this is also why I say some of these might not be able to get done in the same year. But now that we're not streaming every day, these are different possibilities, different things I'd like to get done with the channel. And yeah. So yeah, it feels like I'll be able to re-experience my calling, my purpose in life. Cause when I was it was 2020 or 2019. I think it was 2019. There was this one singer I had found, and they sang with like a still image as their video, with different editing stuff, like effects and stuff like that. And it seemed like I was kind of going towards the purpose around that time. Like, hey, I could actually sing and wouldn't have to show myself because, like, I feel like that's the biggest thing for me. Um, because I feel like the majority of what YouTube was before was like when people would sing covers, it was just them showing themselves while they sing it. But it felt cool to see that someone had like their character, like their persona or whatever, their alias, as the character that is singing, quote unquote. So when I found VTubing, it felt like, okay, wait, so what if I combine those two ideas? What if I do like singing as a VTuber? And that's kind of when I felt like I started to get on to the right kind of path to what I was trying to go for. And I do still plan to do that. So, again, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, 11, this is the last point, which I mentioned earlier, because it was actually supposed to be earlier in the list. I'd like to do more, just actual art stuff. Let me put this back here. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I think I covered pretty much all the things that we were going to talk about as far as where the channel's going. What music would you play? That's a good question. So, I would be... Well, I'd like to make my own music, actually. So this actually goes into stream assets. I'd like to make my own music for the beginning and end of my streams. And also other parts of my channel as well. I'm trying to think. Like a BRB too. I want to do like I want to do like a BRB song. Um, also an art screen for that too. When it comes to like genre, like if you mean like music genre, then I'd say probably instrumental for a beginning song and an end song. Probably a Be Right Back one too. If I had a separate screen for that. But when it comes to like making music genre, let's just say it has something to do with Vocaloid. But I want to see how it goes. Because I'm going to be a little bit disappointed if it doesn't work the way I'm thinking it will. I do have an idea for it. I also like J-pop a lot. I like K-indie. Classical. It kind of depends, yeah. Like on what content it is or whatnot. It will work. Aw. Thank you. Was there a moment during these 365 days that quietly changed the way you see yourself? Yes, actually. Yeah, there was. It was, I think, a Fields of Mystria stream. It might have been Fields of Mystria. Which part are we on right now? I think it was, it might have been around episode 30 something, maybe 37. That I would say, I actually really hated my voice. I know a lot of people probably say this, but I always have pictured Alfina's voice to be Alfina because, well, I'm not Alfina, right? But yet I am at the same time. So, because she's my character, she's the main protagonist in my novel. Which just so happens to work out for the channel, right? Because I was like, okay, well that kind of works. So I can kind of tell the story from the perspective of the person who went through it. That was kind of the plan. But I always pictured Alfina's voice as being like a lighter voice. Something that was more quiet than mine, but also energetic at the same time. And so because of that, I would look at my own voice in my streams and I was like, ugh, I can't listen to this. Like, ugh, get out of here. Like, no. I'm like, I hate it. But then there was a time, like you just mentioned, Uzi. I think it was around, like I said, Fields of Mystria episode like 37 or something, that I listened back to that specific video or whatever, and I was like, huh. I'm like, so wait. I was like, so I can do the voice I picture for Alfina when I'm actually happy about what I'm streaming? Like, wait, what? Because sometimes depending on how I'm feeling that day, or if what I'm playing like really helps with my mood, then I guess my voice does change. The way I picture Alfina. I was like, wait, what? So I guess that ended up working in the long run. Um, it's not like a fake voice or anything like that though. So that's the good part about it. I just remember like watching it back. I'm like, huh? Like when did I sound like that? That was definitely one of the times that I realized it changed the way I saw myself a little bit. Cause like I stopped hating on my voice so much. I'm like, a voice is a voice. I think it might be interesting when I get into music though, cause I'm gonna have to listen to my voice a lot. At least it's not like I hate my voice anymore. At least it's not like that. That's another thing that streaming every day changed about me. Oh, your voice is great. Thank you, Rio. Thank you. I think the same. Your voice is awesome. Oh, thank you, Uzi. It's cute. Thanks, Nemi. But yeah, any more questions? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Uzi. What helped you keep going on the days where motivation was low? So, I'd say that even like sometimes my motivation was lower when there was only like one view at the time. And I know a lot of people like recommend shutting off the view count. And I was like, well, it doesn't really affect me anyways. I'll just keep it on. Because it didn't affect me. But I didn't realize that like my motivation was a little bit lower back then, especially when starting off. So what I kind of taught myself to think was, even if there's not many people watching while it's live, my ideal was, oh, but this is also for anyone who comes over to see it when it's not live. So I was like, so this could be like the people that find my channel on YouTube and are like, oh, this is an interesting channel, right? So like that gave me motivation, knowing that there were people that would watch it even after it wasn't live anymore. And then it kind of became like doing it for those who are watching live and for those who aren't. So it kind of became like this motivational thing. I was like, I'll do it for the people who are here and the people who aren't, because then they can see it too. It really took away like any feeling of like, oh, no one's here. Because especially when starting off, you do kind of feel a little bit like, um, you do feel a little bit like, oh, but no one's here with me. You kind of feel like you're talking to yourself. But that's kind of what streaming is. So I was like, I don't mind anymore. But back then it was like it was very weird. Like to teach yourself to talk to yourself? That was kind of weird. But uh it was it kind of grows on you, I guess. So like even when I'm playing games now, I just randomly, what was that? Like what was that? Like I just have these random reactions even when I'm not streaming now. It's a little bit rambunctious, but it's kind of funny, I guess. I don't know if you already said this, but what is your favorite thing about streaming? I don't think I said this at all. That's a good one. Thank you, Rio. Hmm. Favorite thing about streaming? I would say getting to hang out with you guys. That's probably my favorite thing. Because like Fields of Mystria, it was fun streaming it, of course. It wasn't fun playing Fields of Mystria off stream. Let me just say that. I used to enjoy playing those types of games off stream, but I realized that my enjoyment of playing those games goes up when I get to show my experience to you guys and just online, right? So I think that's also what I was experiencing the other day with WoW, which is really funny because I hadn't ever planned on streaming WoW. But then once I got back into it recently, um, I remember even my parents were like, you should do a WoW stream. I'm like, no, why would I do that? That's not what I want to stream. But then it ended up becoming a fun thing for me. So I ended the stream the other day because it felt like I got to like record my journey for you guys to see, like kind of like an archive where, like I was saying, even people who aren't there right now could watch it later on YouTube. So just that gave me hope for the morrow. Um, and when I ended stream the other day, um, day 365, I ended up doing 2 streams that day. because I felt sad after I ended stream, so I wanted to do another stream because I was like, but I'm gonna end Stormheim and I'm probably just gonna finish it anyways today. I was like, I'll just start up another stream. So I tell my mom in Discord, I'm like, I'm gonna start stream again, and she's like, okay, I'll watch. I'm like, yay! So that's how that happened. I literally just got done with the stream. I was like, even my dad was like, oh wait, you're gonna stream again today? I was like, no, I won't do that. I'll just do it. I forgot what I said. Something about like just doing it another time or whatever. I was like, cause I'll have more days to stream WoW stuff, considering Legion Remix is ending in like 19 days from now. But then, well, I guess I lied because I ended up doing a second stream. Um, so I think that's funny. We're thankful for that. Aw, thank you, Spooky Nebby. Sorry I'm late to the comments. I've enjoyed it. I think it's nice to see you do variety. Thank you, Rio. So yeah, I'd say just getting to hang out with you guys because like that's when I was realizing it was day 365. I was like, well, this is kind of sad because I won't get to, for one, do my opening anymore, and for two, which that became so natural at one point that I almost opened up this stream with it. I was like, stop it, Alfie. Stop it, Alfie. No, that's not it anymore. This is not the streaming every day challenge anymore. So I have to think of something else for that now. I always do the hello and welcome back. Just for anyone new and for anyone who's returning. So yeah. Yeah, this has been a long journey. It's still kind of not even hitting me, but it kind of is at the same time. Because, like, I feel like just yesterday it hit me and I was like, dang. Dang, I'm not doing the challenge anymore? Yeah, it was an eventful journey. Something that I never thought would have changed me at the beginning has changed me a lot. I'd say that I've learned to be grateful of a lot of things through this challenge. Through the days that were hard to get up and stream. To the days that were jam-packed with stuff that I did all day. Days where schedule challenges were a thing. With like real life stuff going on. And just, yeah, the resolve to keep going. I'd also liken that to God as well, because like I wouldn't have made it without him and without you guys. With all your guys' support. Hello, Mega Helixer! Congrats and Happy New Year. Aw, thank you so much. Happy New Year, Mega Helixer. Yeah, we're just talking about like all the stuff we're doing for stream and the experience that I've had with streaming every day. I'd say that just even sometimes random people popping in and just waving or just asking a simple question was enough to make me smile and keep going, and I was like, aw. Yeah, I saw the notification earlier, but it was wrapped up in Party Finder. Hey, no worries, no worries. Yeah, I'm actually just taking questions right now, if you have any questions. Looking back on this journey, what's something you learned about yourself that you didn't see coming? Ooh, that's a good one again, Uzi. Oh my gosh, you have so many good questions. What the heck? Something I didn't see coming. Dang, that might take me a minute. Something I didn't see coming that I learned about myself. Well, I mean, I guess that's something I already did know about myself, but it definitely became more prominent. I'll get back to that question. Is there a particular moment or stream that comes to your mind when you think of the challenge you undertook? Yes. So the entirety of my Fields of Mystria series reminds me of it now. My Oh, one of the parts it reminds me of is drawing the Sea King, because I think I might have mentioned this, but the Sea King was actually based on a fish I had who was sick. And he didn't make it, but he is memorialized through the character I made in my story. So he is something that I think of when I think of the challenge, at the beginning of the challenge. And then Erinville's Journey. I started that. Did I start that last year? Was that this year? Or, well, not this year, because it's 2026. Oh my gosh, my brain is still coded to 2025. Yeah, Erinville's Journey does remind me of the challenge too. Yeah, I'm trying to think though still. Something that I learned about myself that I didn't see coming. Also, thank you, Mickey Elixir, for the question as well. Oh, something I learned about myself that I didn't see coming was how much I enjoyed streaming. Because at first I remember thinking like, this isn't for me. Like when I started back in 2024, I was like, nah. I was like, I don't know, because my dad kept like, no, you should try it. You're gonna have fun with it. No, just trust me. No, you're gonna like it. Come on, come on. It'll be okay. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to. That changed very quickly though. Even within some of my first few streams, that was something for me that I didn't see coming, was enjoying streaming. Especially if my goal before was to sing as a VTuber like model. That didn't necessarily imply that I was going to be a VTuber itself. Or myself, but that I was going to do like singing videos where I sing with my VTube model is what I was going to do, but that didn't necessarily include streaming back then. So when I had the encouragement to start streaming from my dad and from my mom, of course, too, I would say that was something I wasn't expecting, was to actually enjoy streaming. I also didn't think I would enjoy streaming every single day, so that's another thing. Because, yeah, like I had just said, maybe 20 minutes ago, that, that I was, like, a little bit, sad that, like, my streaming journey was ending for every day. So that was, again, something I wasn't expecting. W Dad and Mom. Aww. Yes, W Dad and Mom. I would not be here right now if it weren't for all of you guys. It definitely helps when you have, like, continued support. Especially from your family, too, because I know there's a lot of people who struggle with not having their family on board with their ideas, and they have to struggle through that on their own. And I could not have imagined, like, this streaming journey would have been unimaginable if I was trying to do this alone. The stress would have been, like, a whole lot harder. Because there's almost nothing worse than feeling alone. So W to you guys also who are out there struggling, even when your family's not really there with your goals. True, yeah. I know quite a bit of people that struggle with that. Because also, the way your family reacts to things that you do can also impact you a lot, especially because of how close you guys are. Like, I know people aren't necessarily, like, close, but, like, being blood relatives, that really does affect kind of the way you see things. So you can only hope that, like, they'd actually, like, help you with your dreams and goals. Or at least just, like, encourage you to continue them. Because some people don't even have anyone encouraging them. Even if it wasn't just straight up supporting them. Darn it, I wish we had some music. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Well said. Aw, thank you, Mega Helixer. Actually, so I just realized, like, I know no one has asked this, but... Oh? Was there a small habit or a moment that helped you keep going on harder days? A small habit. Hello, Sanic! I hope you are well today. We're actually answering questions right now, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. A small moment or habit that helped me go on harder days. Thank you again for the question, Uzi. I would say possibly journaling. I guess the journaling didn't really have to do with streaming in general, but it helped me kind of like self-regulate. Like if I had like a stressful day or if I had a stressful experience, sometimes with like other people, I would just like write in my journal and it would really just help me to feel like comforted, and I would be like, oh, it's not as bad as I was thinking. Like, why was I even mad about this? Like that type of thing. So I'd say that was a small habit that kind of helped me. As for a moment that helped me go on harder days, there were a lot. Just knowing that there were so many people, so many of my friends and my family there to help me and there for me, like that was pretty much enough to keep me going. So I would also be like, oh, I wonder if this person got to watch this video. So sometimes I'd say or mention like times that I would talk with those viewers like in other videos. So it'd be funny if any of you guys went back to some of my other streams like, wait, is she talking about me? What? Is she talking about me? Because I did do that sometimes. Because sometimes those moments with you guys in chat were some of the things that just kept me going. Or it made me want to keep going, rather. Because, like, it would have been a lot harder for me to just push through it or trudge through it. Especially if I didn't have support of any kind. That would have been really hard. I probably would have lost my everyday challenge a long time ago if that had happened. If I was just pushing on, meaning. But this seems like seems like the past 2 months so have been just me trudging on, like pushing, pushing, pushing. And it was really hard with like some of the side things I had going on. But things are starting to die down now. So I'm really happy about that. We only have like 18 days left of Legion Remix too, so that will open up new possibilities for all these goals I have. Oh yeah. For anyone who's curious, I know no one has asked what my favorite thing to stream of the series was, but let me think about this real quick because this is actually kind of an important one. Hmm. I feel like art. Actually, I feel like I used different stream types for different things. So like art was for when I was chill and kind of just wanting to talk while streaming. Some streams, some of my art streams, I was more silent, I guess, if I was really focused. So sorry guys for that. I know I look back at those streams and I'm like, I was so silent. Like, what am I doing? But it was always when I was focusing really hard. Sometimes my pen is kind of a little bit finicky. So those days are the days that I changed art streams to other streams, like Aaronville's Journey or other things. Um, I enjoyed doing art a lot, but it wasn't something I would have done every day. I think I would have gotten burnt out of art if I had to do it every day, because having to push through art when you don't want to, it's like having to write when you don't want to. It's it's like a creative block kind of thing. What inspired you to draw the background? Um, this phase of life. I would say it's more like this phase of life. Let me turn off the info panel. There you go. It's like the chains were broken, and now a new journey has begun. So that's pretty much what it is. But that was just kind of like a general idea I kind of had when I was drawing it. But my mind was also kind of like not numb. I was kind of just like not thinking too much when drawing it though. And that's what's funny is like I was trying to draw other things, but I couldn't really come up with anything but this. So I went through so many different things this morning before I fell asleep at like 8 in the morning. That was not the best idea. And that's why I woke up late today. I think it was 9:30 in the morning. I woke up at like 6 p.m. I'm like, I need to get on a better schedule. Oh yeah, actually that reminds me. So I actually did all the art you guys saw in the stream today. So that's why it took a while. Otherwise I would have opened up the stream earlier. So the sticky note, which was really simple. Interesting, must be a lot of work on you. Not really. It was more so, like the art itself wasn't difficult. It was more so just the idea, like getting the idea down. Like, let's see. The info panel, especially. Like, I fiddled with that a lot. Like, the way I wrote the letters, the words, editing exactly the wording on it. Because I didn't have to be, like, too specific about how I wrote these. Just to give myself, more, like, room what to say. So it didn't have to be too concrete. Wait, is the lantern breaking from the chain? Nah. Oh, well, breaking from the chain? Yes. The lantern was breaking from the chain. Like it was attached to it. That's what I was thinking of, at least. But you know, it could have been a shackle before, too, so it was kind of open-ended. It's not really Not really something I can confirm because I'm not sure myself. It could have been a shackle, or it could have been attached to the lantern. But it's kind of that was kind of what I was getting from it. It's kind of funny how you can do an art piece and you don't even know really what you're trying to get at yourself. Oh, interesting, very deep. Yeah. It's like the choice to continue to move forward kind of thing. That's why I kept thinking. It's like the choice to move forward. I was kind of picturing like an animation of just like picking up the lamp and walking. But yeah, so that's pretty much the inspiration for the art. And if you didn't notice this, I tried to do or the info panel, I tried to do a 3D effect. I don't know if you guys can see it, but like the part where the white looks like extra white is actually a whole other layer with a darker blue than even is showing here. And it's kind of supposed to look like a framed piece of like glass or maybe even plastic, I'm not sure. More so glass. But I feel like it wouldn't be so so white then if it was just glass. But it is what it is. Very nice. Oh, thank you, thank you. And thank you again for the question, Spooky Nebby and Ryoko. I think there was something else I was gonna say, but I can't remember it right now. What's funny is I'm still trying to think of if there was anything more that I ended up knowing about myself that I didn't know before in the challenge. I'm still thinking if there's something else because I feel like there's something I'm missing. No problem, I love what you do. Oh, thank you, Spooky Nebby. I feel like there was something else that I'm missing. Oh man. Oh, there's an ad starting soon. Oof. I can't snooze it apparently because it says starting soon. I will wait a moment. Just a moment for Rio. It looks like the ads are still going on for 50 seconds. I will answer that one, and thank you for the question. Just about 30 seconds left. Okay, it looks like they're about back now. Everyone should be back now from the ads. Do you have a goal for when you want your VTube model finished? That's a good question. I'm kind of putting the VTube model itself kind of on the side because my novel and I think music and the Discord are three of the most important things right now that I'd like to get into. Um, I do generally want it probably to be done before the next year, but that obviously gives me a lot of time considering this is still January 1st. um, but just sometime before next year, I think. If I can. If I can. I think I should be able to, especially if I can put a bunch of hours into just doing the art for it. I think I should be able to find the time. It should be more than possible now. You can do it. Thank you, Nevi. If you could describe this whole year with one feeling, what would it be? Um, with one feeling. Probably bittersweet. But it was mostly filled with like joyful moments for me. So there's that too. Thank you, Uzi, for the question. Appreciate it. What video editor to use? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is hilarious. You guys are probably gonna laugh at me. I just use like the Windows Clipchamp. It's just like really basic. And I don't even have like the cloud storage there, so it is what it is. I still have a lot of fun editing with it though. It still works. That's crazy. Yeah, see, it is crazy. Thank you for the question, Nebby. I do enjoy using it. I have a lot of stuff I have to edit in there. They allow you to like get pretty precise with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. True, true. It's free anyways, so. Or at least the way I use it, it's free. Oh yeah, and then in case anyone wonders what art program I use Clip Studio Paint as well. I'm still trying to think of how I'm gonna go about posting like actual art this year. But I'm gonna look into it. I might post some on Twitter. And then if I can get my Instagram working properly, then maybe that would be a good one. Animal crackers or graham crackers? From Sanic. Graham crackers. Thanks for the question, Sanic. Regular or the cinnamon? Oh my gosh! Teddy Grahams for the win. Yeah, right? I don't know, Rio. Probably the cinnamon ones. Aren't the regular ones like just honey flavor or whatever? Because then they're both good. I feel like it's been forever since I've had them though. Interesting. Yeah. Hmm. Would you play Go while just chatting? Um, that's an interesting question, Nebby. I feel like if it's supposed to be a just chatting, I'm not sure how I would do it because like in theory that would be cool because you'd be able to have music on in the background, the streaming one, streaming music. But yeah, the Twitch thing would be confusing, yeah. Because there's two different categories. You can only have one. I feel like it would have to depend what I'm doing. Like if I was just talking, um, and like wasn't touching the game at all while I was in it, then I'd probably just say just chatting. But if I was chatting with you guys while playing Go, then I'd just probably list it as Go. If that makes sense. Yeah, thanks for the question. New weekly stream, Alfina and chill, right? Yeah, I never know. I was hoping that through this no longer having to stream every day that I would be able to have more time for some of the things we have listed here. So I'll probably be streaming maybe 3 days a week or 4 days a week, but we'll see how that goes. Probably three if I want to pour a bunch of time into these things. Because I want to make some decent progress, but also I don't want to spread myself too thin. That's why I'm going to be taking everything step by step. One of the biggest things I want to explore here is music, though. And of course, writing my novel, because it kind of feels like I'm reuniting with my characters. Because it kind of feels like my characters are kind of like, I don't know, it feels like they're telling me part of the story that while I was away, even though I'm the one writing the story. It's a funny thing that happens when you write. Would you do videos on your music progress? I was actually wondering if I should do that, because that might be fun. I mean, I found a video like that pretty engaging. So I wonder, like in a journal sense? Like a journal in a sense. Okay. Yeah, I think that would be interesting. I probably wouldn't do too many because otherwise it'd get a little bit like oversaturated. Like if you look at my art streams, oh, actually this is a big one. So I was doing the fan art of a Japanese VTuber on my channel, which you guys can see in my Alfina Mallow art gallery. Um, but I feel like I did so many videos and I'm not even so far into the project yet that I might continue that one off stream. And then when I have more progress, I'll do another stream of like in the finishing run. Uh, of like maybe when I get to coloring. And then I'll do all the rendering off stream and then something like that maybe. Or maybe I'll have like half rendered off stream. Um, just so you guys can still see my art progress and stuff. Because I know sometimes I come across these like art channels that um they don't show like their full progress or I keep saying progress, I mean process. Um some artists don't show their full process, and some people also get accused for like being AI, which is really cringe. So I feel like I should still show some of my process if I can. But I just mean like I will probably continue that one fan art like off stream because I don't want to flood the let's just say I noticed something. That when you type in that person's YouTube name, I don't want my videos to pop up, but at least 2 of them do, and I'm like, I'm cringing right now. So I don't know how to not have that happen, because I wanted to credit who they are in the description, but without, like, maybe I have to do it in a comment. So that is something that I want to fix by not overdoing it with too many of the streams of the progress on the fan art, if that makes sense. So I'll also keep that in mind for the future. I'll probably do like a sketch stream and or possibly a drawing stream for the next fan art thing I do, of like a different person. But the one that we're working on right now, I'll continue off stream, and then when I'm in the rendering process, I'll do that. Yeah, that's awful to do. I hope no one does that crap to you. Thank you, Nebby. And thank you again for your, other question as well. Sorry, I know I kind of went off on a tangent. Yeah, I don't know why people like to look at people's art process or just see that they only have a stream of them doing one thing and then they go, like, oh, that looks like AI. I feel like it's kind of just something that happens to most artists at this point. So, it probably will happen at some point, I'm not gonna lie. But I feel like it'd be pretty hard to say that mine even looks like AI, considering it's not like the best quality. Like even my VTube model, I feel like I could have done a lot better, but the reason it is the way it is because it was supposed to be a profile picture. But when I started streaming, and I wanted to do a profile picture, or sorry, not a profile picture, a VTube model, my mom was like, why don't you just use that picture? I go, are you talking about my PFP? Because it was my PFP in Discord at the time. She's like, yeah, why don't you just use that? It shouldn't be too hard, right? I go, well, it shouldn't, but I'd have to add 2 more frames. Or, well, I was only going to do 1. The frame I was going to do was just the open mouth. Or, actually, no, it was just the smile. Because usually, she's like grinning, like her teeth smile, in the PFP. And so I was talking through my teeth the whole time, like my character. And my mom, when she saw that, she was like, you know, couldn't you have just done like an open mouth one? Because now it just looks like you're talking through your teeth. So it was several streams, I think, before I ended up just going to just try it at least, or fix it. And that's when I added the open mouth frame. Because it was literally like just the closed mouth and then teeth grin. Yeah, so that was funny. I'm glad I did end up going back though, because I think I probably would have cringed looking at all my my VODs now. Thank you, Alfie. Aw. It's just people are too paranoid. Oh, yeah. I think some artists delete their Twitter because of the harassment. Yeah, that can happen. Especially to some of the... I have seen some JP artists that happen to. It never makes you feel great when you see that happen, though. But yeah, any more questions? I'm still trying to think of another answer to Uzi's from earlier. Yeah, for sure, I can see it making you question your art, which is not right at all. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because I questioned the quality of my own art too. Like at every turn, I'm like, wait, does that finger, like, I'm like, okay, so the fingers are messed up. And I start thinking to myself, I'm like, if I leave them in this state and I post it somewhere, someone's gonna go, that looks like AI, when it's just me roughly drawing a hand. It's how bad it's gotten. It really has gotten bad. I keep hoping for the turnaround. I keep hoping for it. The plot twist. But nope. Oh yeah, we could probably hide the info panel now. You'll be fine. Yeah, exactly. I'll be fine. I'm not worried about my art so much, really. I'm more so worried about what's going on with Twitter right now. So I might want to find a better place to post my art. I was even considering like making a website or something. There's something that saves me from having to post some random place like that, where things like that are possible. And not the AI stuff. You I think you know what I mean. It still has to do with AI, but do you use your art in a background, like on your PC, for example? Actually, what's funny is my background for my desktop right now is the same picture that is my Twitter banner, which is going to be changing soon. I think, yeah, because so my banner on YouTube and Twitch, though, is a picture of Lala Alfie, from Final Fantasy, holding the warrior axe, I think in the maid outfit. But that was like just a random one. Oh my gosh, wait, actually, I did that the same day that I did my first stream. Holy moly. I'm pretty sure that was like so close after I did that stream. Maybe you could post your art on your Discord. Oh, that's a good idea. I can have like a gallery spot in my Discord for that. Kind of like how you'd post on social media. Yeah, no, that's actually a really good idea. Maybe I could do that. Because it would save me the headache of having to pay monthly for like a website. And it would still allow me to share my art. And then only fans would be able to get to see it. So that works too. I had to work out all the settings for that. That's probably the biggest question mark for me about the Discord is like working through all the settings and everything. I have to make sure the bots work and everything. Oh yeah, would you consider doing comms? Okay, this is a very good question, Nebby. I'm actually considering it, but what I will and won't draw are just very what's the word? Few and far between? It's kind of hard because like there are a lot of things I won't draw. And a lot of things I'm fine with drawing too. Most like anime style things I'm fine with, but I feel like as an artist, this probably isn't the best thing to hear, but I am not exactly too proud of my work very much. It's not often that I'm proud of my work as an artist. Um, but when I am, I'm willing uh to share it on my streams, for instance. Um, but it's kind of hard because like I feel like the expectations get risen so much higher in my mind. So when it comes to doing comms, my biggest worry would be making people, like feel like they regret giving me money to do art for them. Because even I don't like feel like my style is that good, but I'm still working on it. I feel like it's probably a personal issue. Actually, Uzi, that's what it was. I think that's what it was. That's one of the things I wasn't expecting. Uh, that this art challenge made me realize, or this stream challenge made me realize. Um, I think actually one of the viewers here, I remember who it is, saw the pixel art I was doing for my PNG tube model for Fields of Mystria, and they said something about like, oh, maybe I could calm you one day or something. For a pixel thing. I was like, oh my gosh! I was thinking in my mind. I was like, I'm like, I hope I could do it justice if that were a thing, because like I just feel like I don't want to disappoint anyone. So that's my biggest worry, is just disappointing people. I think that's when that became clear to me. Was that stream. So realized something about myself that I didn't know before. That was the last one, Uzi. It was actually that exact moment. Your guys' questions both lined up somehow to remind me of what it was. Thank you guys for the questions. The website sounds good because you could perhaps style it like an art portfolio with all the creativity you want without platform limitations. That is what I was thinking. And no, I'd have to get into like some form of scripting, I thought. But either way, I'd still like to get into it at some point, even if it's not right away. I think it'd be like really smart for me to do that too. Especially because like I was kind of considering I might have to get a job outside of all this other stuff I'm doing. Just to help with the family matters and of course my channel too. So I feel like I might be able to at some point afford like a website or something. Oh, I like your art at least. Your art is great enough. Oh, thank you, Nebby. Yeah, I really like your art. Oh, thank you, Uzi. I can help with programming? Oh, actually, that'd be really cool. I might take you up on that offer if I try. I think the person who's wanting you to do art for them is knowing what they expect. It all depends on the price for people, I think. Yeah, see, that's the problem, though, actually, Nebby. Is, like, I'm not sure how much I would be able to sell my art for, because I don't know even how much I would buy my own stuff for. That's one of the biggest things. But I think it's just how I'm feeling about it right now. I think in the future I'll probably know how to categorize it, because like I said, I haven't really done a finished piece in a long time. Like this PNG tube model you guys are looking at right now, it wasn't even meant to be a PNG model. It was just a BFP. So that's why it was all rushed, and that's why you can see like the way the shadow is on the hair, it's very like not professional. So for me to do like a fully rendered thing, that's like completely different. A gazillion dollars. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't price my stuff for that much. Maybe do simple things for now, like a PFP, for example. Well, yeah, that would work. Emotes especially, because I think people really like when people do like giveaways of emotes and stuff, or when they sell emotes for cheap. Especially because like, well, they're so small, right? But you have to draw them decently sized first. And it still takes a lot of time, depending on how you render it, of course. I think I just picture like I don't have any visuals for you guys right now, but like I'm picturing like something like really small, but then in my mind I'm picturing something like really grand. So like so like what comes out is not exactly to the same degree as what I'm picturing. Like I'd say the eyes in this what used to be a PFP, but this PNG model, was probably the part I was happiest about with this PNG model, and probably the mouth too, the open mouth frame. And then probably, for this art piece, I want to say the cone part at the bottom, the lantern. I don't know why. I guess that's just probably my favorite part. And also the fact that it looks like a question mark with the hook part up there. But like those are the types of things that that I actually felt more proud of, I guess. Like perspective-wise, I feel like the top of the lantern is probably a little bit off, especially from looking at where the bottom is. But the bottom is the correct part, and that's why I think I like that part. And the eyes on this PFP or PNG model are the most rendered, so that's also why I go to that part. Though I like drawing here, rendering and coloring things is like completely different. It's like a whole other art in itself. And so in my art journey, I aspire to what is it? Like hone my skills more in rendering too. So I can be proud of it. And that's what I mean. Like I feel like it won't be like a problem or anything. But as of now, I am unsure how I'm gonna do comms if I ever do that. Um, but I was considering it recently, so I will say that. But probably not for a little bit. Especially because I'm actually working on a project for one of my friends. Something they said they're gonna use in a film. And I felt really bad because I've had a lot of stuff going on, streaming included, that maybe not able to work on it. But now I'll finally be able to work on it. So I'm happy for that. I'm also excited to see like what they're gonna be using it for. I think that'll be fun. So it kind of feels like I guess a trial commission. I guess is what you could probably call it. But yeah, thank you for the question, Spooky Nibby. Are there any more questions? Is there any games that you're looking forward to? Star Sand Island, 100%. I'm just a little bit worried because these types of games, being free to play, they have like a bunch of battle pass stuff, or not battle pass. It's like extra DLC purchases. Um, so there's that. I'm just worried about like the price of it because it looks like DLC stuff can range anywhere from like microtransactions, yes, kind of like that. Except like it's like a extra bundle on Steam, separate from the game. So it's like not exactly in the game itself that you can buy it. So it's like a DLC. It adds more content to your game, but it costs like anywhere from like $30 to $70. I'm like, oh bro, what is this? Because like I found other games. A lot of other games do this in the same genre. So that's why I'm worried that Star Sand Island might do that. Would you stream it? Yes, absolutely. I actually have a playlist spot in on my YouTube already for it. But I only have the demo in there. But I had so much fun in the demo. I got so much time out of it, like 4 hours and 30 minutes or so. I only got like 5 in-game days of playtime, so I could have actually waited to go to sleep half the time, because I think 2 a.m. you had to be in bed before. But I always kept ending around 12 a.m., I think. Yeah, a lot of games do day one DLC now, even paid ones. Really? Huh. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, so Star Sand Island is free to play, I think, but then yeah, I think it will have DLC and possibly microtransactions, depending on how it is. Okay, I'm probably gonna answer only a few more questions now before the end of the stream, so if anyone has any more, shoot your shot. What do you do art of Aura Alfie? Actually, what's funny is I almost did that for stream. But I was like, because Alfie is not even a Final Fantasy character. Not really. Cause like she's my novel character first and foremost, and then she's my Final Fantasy character. The reason I still picture her like kind of like Lalafell Aura or Lalafell Alfie is like because she starts off younger in the story, but she grows up to about like 17 in the story before it ends, I think. I say I think because I'm still not 100% on that part. She might grow a little bit older. She should be holding Lala Alfie's hand or hugging her. Oh my gosh. That wouldn't be a bad idea. But yeah, that would be cute. I almost did a PNG model of Alfina in Aura form for stream today, just because I wasn't sure about the size of the PNG for this one. But yeah, yeah, it really depends, cause like I wouldn't be like against doing like just art of Aura Alfie, but the Alfie you guys see right now for the PNG model is it was technically supposed to be Lala Alfie, just for my Twitter, cause actually I need to change my Twitter's bio because it has like a Lalafell battle connoisseur as like my description or whatever in my bio. Because that was before I started streaming. I had already used that Twitter for just Final Fantasy stuff, like entering the Final Fantasy giveaway stuff that they do sometimes. So I actually need to change that. I'll be all grown up now. Oh my gosh. Well, that's the funny thing, because this was before I had started the streaming, and I still planned on using Alfina as my character, but since I only had art of her as a Lalafell, that's why I didn't do her actual way she looks. Oh, but the outfit is from the story still. This is still one of the outfits that she wears. Oh, but yeah, that's what I was trying to say. But yeah, as for like, I know you didn't ask about this, but as for like an actual, like, character thing, I wouldn't be, like, advertising her as an aura. But I still probably would do some art of her as an aura. I'll probably post those to AoE Discord if I ever do any. How are you feeling going into the new year with all the stuff you're doing? Now that is a really good question, Spooky Nibby. Well, first of all, I need to rest up a little bit before I get a head start on all this stuff. Or I say a head start, but I mean a running start. I'm not gonna try to blast through all my goals, but I want to try to just take it one step at a time for each one, because I don't want to overwhelm myself, especially after doing the streaming every day. Because it did take a lot of energy, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Just like I was trying to say earlier. Please rest. Oh, you need it. Oh, thank you. But as for like how I'm feeling about going into this new year with all that stuff, I'm really excited. I'm really excited, and it feels like I've seen the light. So I feel like that's another big reason why this photo kind of came up for me. Is it's kind of subconscious. Like I can see the light now. So I just walked out of the walked into the dark tunnel and see the light. So I feel like that's kind of probably what I was thinking when I was doing it earlier. I was kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, since I was doing this like really early in the morning, I was like half asleep drawing this, so that's why I don't exactly know exactly what I was thinking. I remember, don't get concerned, okay? But I started like realizing how like dizzy I was. I was like, I need to go to sleep. So that's when I shut down my computer. I'm like, I'll work on this when I wake up, because I can't see right now. So, again, don't be concerned. Stop it. I stayed up from yesterday. I think the day before was like, I don't even remember when I woke up that day, but yeah, I literally went to sleep at 9 in the morning. 9:30. And then continued when I woke up with the art. But hey, we finished it. It's on the screen right now, so I'm happy about it. I'm just glad I decided to listen to my body and just go to sleep, because I don't think I would have been feeling as good. Alfie's future looks bright. Please take it easy on yourself. Oh, thank you, Nebby. Really appreciate it. And thanks for being here too. Thank you all, really appreciate it. Looks like we've got 5 minutes before the ads start, but I'm probably going to end stream here soon. So if anyone has any last minute questions, please feel free to go ahead. I just want to make sure that I can get like most of the questions about this whole phase change. Oh, I just got back. No worries, Rio. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. I feel like we've probably covered like almost everything. And even I mentioned one that I feel like is probably a good one. Was there any other instrument you wanted to learn? That's a good one too. My favorite instrument is violin, and I would love to learn it, but I feel like it's such a huge time and money investment. Simply because of the rosin and everything else it takes to keep the bow and the violin itself in good condition. And you have to like consistently play it enough to justify the price of one. Oh, that would be neat though. Yeah. That's my favorite too. Yeah. I like Eru as well, but I probably wouldn't ever learn to play that. At least not anytime soon. I like piano. I should learn to play that. It's a pretty basic one that I can get into sheet music and stuff with. I really want to do guitar. Of course, I mentioned that earlier, though. Finding an area would be challenging. Yeah, I think so too. Especially if it's actually correctly built. What about Japanese instruments? It depends. I'm not sure I know very many. Oh, I also like harp a lot. Harp is really amazing, but they cost a lot more money than even a violin. So I kind of threw any dreams of having one of those out the window for now. Because, yeah. Also, imagine having to keep a harp tuned. I would love to, though. No, you should keep dreaming. You never know. Someday you might get what you want. You never know. Oh my gosh. You guys both said you never know. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what Nevi said. Oh my gosh. That's true. It's true. I guess I shouldn't stop dreaming. Seriously, though. Yeah, right? Well, I do plan on doing music stuff. That's really one of the biggest things I want to get into. And I know I mentioned it earlier, but it does have to do something with a Vocaloid. So we'll see how it works. And this is another reason why I want to do it on a separate channel. But I had to come up with one. I'm trying to think. I kind of want the name to be unrelated to this channel. But I'm still going to link them up after. Like, meaning like when you go to like the channels thing and it will say like other channels on YouTube. And I'd still have it linked. I mean it like that. Like even though they have different names, it'd still be linked. I feel like it should work. I'm just trying to think, because there's a few things I'm gonna have to train myself. I also want, I think I mentioned this before, but I've been saving up for FL Studio, which is a really good one for music production. And I've heard that FL Studio is like pretty professional. I just think, I think I heard that you have to pay for bonus instruments besides the basic ones. And I think piano is a basic one. I'm not sure how many others are basic or not, so I'm kind of worried about that. But I do want to look into it before I even purchase something like that. And if I can get by, I might not get it right away, and I might just try the Vocaloid thing by itself. And then use like something like Audacity or something. And record my own instruments for it. The problem is, I'm not sure how I'm exactly supposed to get the things to pick up properly without them being electric. I think we have an electric piano though, so that part should work. But I'm mostly speaking about my kalimba. Which a kalimba is kind of like a manual music box, but it's also kind of like a piano. So you play it like a piano, but you play it with your thumbs. They call it a finger piano. But I think it's an instrument that comes from Africa, traditionally. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it comes from there. And it's a really, really pretty instrument. It's one of my favorites. And it sounds like a manual music box, but you play it like, it's like a finger piano, like I was saying. I just don't know how I'd get that to pick up, because it's not electric. It's like a little wooden instrument, so it might just have to be like really close to the mic. But I guess we'll see how that works, right? We gotta try something. I'm sure there's a way. Yeah, exactly. Where there's a will, there's a way. But yeah, let's see here. Is there anything I missed? Any other questions I missed? I don't think I missed any. We're gonna do this to push off the ads if we can, but we'll end up playing them now, so heads up. Proud of you and your challenge, good job. Oh, thank you so much, Ryu. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here and supporting me. Wouldn't have been able to do it without you. I look forward to see what you do going forward. Aw. Thank you, Ryu. Hugs. I love to see the Snow Fox emotes used too. Oh, wait, so this is the perfect time to mention it. But so this kind of goes in line with like this streaming assets I was talking about earlier. Oh, actually, wait, hang on. We have 58 seconds for the ads. Hang on. Because this is important. It has to do with our emotes. Or rather, the viewers. We will wait a moment. Nice. We have a Snow Fox heart staircase. Oh yeah, I gotta figure out how that works on YouTube too. Okay. People should be back from the ad prison now. Oh, that's crazy. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so about what you said about the going forward stuff, that it reminded me of the emotes we have here. And that's because, how do I say this? So from the moment that we had done the emojis for our streams, for our channel, and from some time before that too, I had been thinking that you guys, the viewers, would be similar to how Snow Fox is. So, how do I put this? I want to say a personification, but that would be like a person, but this is like an animal. But essentially, it's supposed to represent. Snow Fox is supposed to represent the multitude of people, like everyone who's been here to support, everyone who's there, pretty much. It's supposed to represent like everyone in one creature. Are we foxes? Yeah, you guys are the marshmallows. That's what I've been gatekeeping for forever. Because, see, Snow Fox technically doesn't really have a name, but he does. It's Marshmallow. She leaked it. Yeah, exactly. So, guys, we know now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I was thinking of I want to call it fandom name, but I feel weird saying that. Like, the viewers would be called Marshmallows. Which also is, like I was saying, these things you guys just heard me say go directly in line with my book. So you guys just heard a little piece of my book. So yeah, I want to know how to implement that, but yeah, the marshmallows. Aw, sweet. Aw, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you like it. I can't give too much context because it would give a little bit of the story away. But so we can have a marshmallow raid? Yeah, exactly, exactly. See, I'm not sure how many other, because I feel like marshmallows are such a commonly used thing in so many like streamer channels or whatever. And apparently also in like the Japanese sphere it means something too. And I'm not sure what it means, but or at least for them, I mean. But I see like so many people using it for things, and that's why I've been kind of iffy about it. But what marshmallow means for me and for us, for our channel, is something completely different, which you'd only get from reading the book. So that's why I'm fine with calling it marshmallows still. Even if people are like, oh my gosh, that already exists for this or that or this. I'm like, well, mine has a different meaning, okay? It's not just the white confectionery. So, but also, the reason I thought it would be perfect too is because it's actually part of the original story. Marshmallow? Yep. Well, that's also why I'm Alfina Mallow. It's part of the last name convention of my story. It's all linked to my novel. Yes, Sonic is a marshmallow, apparently. I was gonna say marshmallows or marshmallows. Yeah, exactly, marshmallows. Not one word. That's what I mean, is it's actually like a different meaning than the normal marshmallow. But it works for both. Because Snow Fox happens to be an Arctic fox. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I guess without spoiling too much about the story, I can just say, that one of the original, what do you call it? Like I guess they'd refer to it as like a pilot animation, but not an animation in this term. Oh, thank you so much, Elfin Fable, for the tier 1 gifted sub to Sanic. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the sub, Sanic. Thank you, Elfin Fable. Yeah, so I know people would call it like a pilot animation thing, but this is like the equivalent of my original concept for my story, my book. And kind of the basis or the start of it was supposed to be um Alfina, who's like uniting other orphans under a family name Mallow. So the Marshmallows. They're like a group of misfits, a group of orphans who make a family name. And of course Alfina was a girl who loved to read, and she had a pet white fox, which was spoiler alert, I guess, possibly. Not quite an animal, but it was. It was kind of like figurative, if that makes sense. Um, I want to say kind of like how carbuncles work, but not exactly. Kind of like that. So Snow Fox is a little bit mystical. That's why I couldn't say too much about it before. But since this is the stream to do it, we talk about it a little bit. So that's why Snow Fox is special. Actually, I don't know if I posted it anywhere. I probably didn't. But I had made a... Oh, that would be Zero barking. Hang on, we're waiting for Zero to calm down for a second. He's just barking his head off for some reason. I think he's calm now. Sorry about that interruption. So I had made a little clay snow fox a little while ago. Maybe I'll post it in the Discord when we get that set up. I want to work on that very soon. Get everything set. But I also want to make like a stuffed animal version. I feel like that'd be cute. That said, that'll definitely have to wait because that would take a lot more time, I feel like. But yeah, so that's the importance of Snow Fox and his real name and, well, actually more like a code name. But it goes in line with the story now as well as the story as it was before. Because I told you guys, like, the equivalent of what would have been like a pilot kind of thing. So it's not exact to how it is anymore. But it still has its ties there, if that makes sense, to the beginning. But yeah, that's about it. There's just a lot to get set up now for the challenges that we will face this year. I think we'll have a lot of fun with all the different things I get to explore too. Thank you for the special stream. Oh, thank you, Rio. Really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful night, and thank you so much, Elfin, for the 2 tier 1 gifted subs, 1 to Spooky Nebby and 1 to Sanic. Really appreciate it. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Later. Thank you, Elfin.